I want to welcome you to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, welcome, welcome. And I would love for you to say hi when you're here. And I would love for you to subscribe to my channel too. Because I know sometimes people will holler at me later and go, oh, I missed a live. So I know for me, if it's a channel I know that I don't want to miss, I always subscribe. And then there's a little bell thing, and if you click the all, then it just lets you know all of them. And if someone's posting, something, I have a lot of gardening ones I like to watch. And if it's something I'm not interested in, I can just stop watching it. But at least they let me know. So hopefully then you will see something you like here. All right, so I am going to show you, I'm just looking over quick to make sure that I am indeed in the right place. All right, yep, I am, so that's good, that's really good. All right, so I'm going to show a cute little 3D today. Ooh, let me get back from the phone. I've been doing more 3Ds lately just because they're fun, and I don't want to bore you if I just do cards all the time. So hopefully that's cool. So let me flip the camera. We'll get over some not business stuff, but whatever, housekeeping. Do you call it housekeeping? Before we get to stamping. All right, so hold on. Let me flip the camera. Hi, Stacy. Hi, Jackie. All right. So as I always say every time, hostess code, just in case you are new. So this is the hostess code for April. So if you need anything, please use that code. Unless you are in one of my virtual clubs, and then you have your own code. And then the club girl gets the benefits. Or if you're ordering $150 before tax and shipping, you don't want to use my code because then you will get the hostess benefits. All right, so that is that. Let's see, what else do I have on my little printouts here? The clearance rack refresh, I think I talked about that the other day. Don't forget to miss out on this because it is while supplies last. And when there's all sorts of deals, they do go quickly. So you want to make sure you grab those. All right. And don't let me forget, we are going to pick, we are going to pick the 7th winner of the mini Stamp and Cut and Emboss machine today because I did it. Thanks to you, I made my goal. I got my 900K lifetime sales, and I so appreciate everybody that has supported me over the years and picking me as their demonstrator. So I will be picking the final winner for that. So do not let me forget. I'm going to stick this right here because my old noggin is not as good as it used to be. All right, so I'm putting that there. What else do I have printed out here? The paper pumpkin. You have seen me do the paper pumpkins a few times on my group. You need to, if you want the baseball one, I love how they give us like a little, it's not a sneak because we don't know what we're making, but it's just, it tells you the theme. I love that because then it allows people that go, I'm not into sports, I'm going to skip this month, or oh my gosh, I am into sports, I want like 10 extras. So, but you have to do it by the 10th of May because that's when they do the things. Now, there is a little bit, I'm trying to think of it. I don't think it's this one though. Shipping is crazy forever, but you want to make sure you do it by May the 10th. And I put my little sign up doohickey right there. But you can also, if you're on my blog, you can also find it as well. Yay, Jeannie. I know. I need to get better. I wish I knew how to. Some people, when they go live, it pops up on my Instagram. It'll say, hey, you follow, Jane Doe, and she's going live. I'm like, how the heck does that person do that? Because that would tell people. But I don't know. I'm lucky I can do what I can do. All right, so what I'm going to do today is I'm going to make an envelope bag. So I played around. Now, I don't know who invented the envelope bag. It's been around forever. But the last person that I saw was Martin Stone. And so I'll just say, hey, Martin Stone. No, I'm not. I know he didn't invent it because it's been around forever. But that's who I seen doing recently. So I'm saying him. All right. So I practiced, and this was just with one of our regular envelopes. So I just wanted to get the feel of it. So that's my little play one. But I thought, ooh, what happens if I use these envelopes? So these are, let me get my catalog. So these are the Dandy Garden Memories and More cards and envelopes. Because I loved that they had printing on them already. So that's the envelope that I'm going to be using. Hi, Barbara. Hey, Jackie. Oh, I have like a couple Jackies here. All right, so let's see here. And you are one of the lucky ones that got an embossing machine. Okay. So don't let me forget, people. I mean it when I start ending and go, oh, you need to say, don't forget to pick. Okay, so this is just the little envelope, and then you need to seal it. So you could lick it or whatever, but I'm just going to use the green tip glue because I want to seal all of the edges. So I'm just making sure I go all my little edges. I'm also going to put some glue here, just so that it catches like all the areas. And then we're just going to seal it. So just give it a second so that that glue can set up. And you can do this with any size envelope. You would just vary where you score it. All right, and I'm going to use a paper cutter. I don't use it very often. It sits behind my desk and I use it, but I guess most of the time for my videos, I kind of do it ahead of time, and I probably shouldn't, because if you've never used the paper cutter, maybe you would go, oh my gosh, I didn't know about that. All right, so we have our cute little envelope, and what I want to do is I do want to trim just a smidge off the one side, which will be the top of the bag. So I'm just scooting it over here. So the cutter has a, let me scoot it so you can see. So the cutter has a cutting one and it has a scoring one. So the scoring one is gray. Gray is lighter than the dark. So that should help you, you know, like dark is heavier, so we'll cut. It also has an arrow on it, so that, you know, kind of might help you as well. This one has a little dot on it, so I don't know, but just so you don't boo-boo it. All right, so I just want to cut a smidge off the top of my envelope. So cut that off, and then I'm going to score it. So I want to score around the edges, so I want to make sure you can see. Let me scoot up just a little bit. Hold on, let me stand, because now it's like way higher than my head. So I'm just looking on the computer. So hopefully you can see. Okay, so I put this little mark here so that I could say where I'm putting the measurement. But this is just how I made the bag. Everybody, if you have your, want it to be a different size, you would just do the different size. But what I'm doing is I'm moving it over here so that it's at the one, I want to say that's 1 1/4, but it's these small little ones here, just so that you do the same all the way around. It's not going to hurt if you do it differently. All right, then I'm going to move my cutting one up, and I'm just going to score it. So I'm giving it a pretty good score. That looks good. And then I'm going to turn, and I'm going to do the same measurement all the way around. So now I'm going to score here. And this is just going to help me fold the envelope. And here. Now I'm also going to score it here on the top, and that will just be so I can fold it down at the end. All right, because when I made my other one, I didn't score it. All right, so let me put that back behind me. Okay, so now we have, so here's our top. So then what you're going to do is you're just going to fold it. Let me scoot now, so now I can scoot. All right, so now we are just going to fold on those lines. Hi, Ginny. Thank you so much. It was exciting, right? Going down to the last couple days, I was like, oh my gosh, will it happen on my birthday? Will it happen on whatever day? So it was kind of fun. Okay, so I'm very blessed to be able to work from home and enjoy what I'm doing, be my own boss. Okay, so I've just scored those. Now I'm going to score it the other way as well, but I'm just using it with my fingers. I'm not going to use the bone folder that way, just because I don't want to over score it or over crease it or whatever. All right. So then up and down, up and down, up and down. So now we have our little envelope, and you put your hand in it. So put your hand in it, and then we're just going to push along these score lines right here. So see how I'm just pushing along those score lines? Just kind of put your, if you have fingernails, it might help, but I like to keep mine really short. All right. So see how it comes to like that point? So then you're just going to squeeze it. Just give it a squeeze. And then lay it down on your thingy and take your bone folder. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. Take your bone folder, and I'm just scoring it so that it made that more to a point and more solid. Okay. Then you're going to do the same thing on the other side. So just use your fingers. You can use the bone folder too if you want. The bone folder is your friend. All right. So same thing, just take your bone folder and then just help on those things. So now you have like these two little thingies sticking out. And then I'm just going to kind of crease this in so it kind of looks like a lunch bag, kind of almost. All right, so then we have this. Now we're going to go like this with these. So we're going to glue those to the bottom. And I'm just using the green tip glue. You could use tear tape if you want, but I'm just using the green tip glue because it allows me a little wiggle room where the tear tape is like instant. All right, so then just fold them down and then just kind of hold them a little bit so that they just kind of grab. It doesn't take a whole long time for that to grab. And then what we're going to do is we're going to turn it up on its end or whatever, and I'm going to use the bone folder. I'm going to stick the bone folder down inside the bag. So see, they're kind of grab. Hang on a minute. So now I'm going to take my bone folder and I'm just going to tap, tap, tap and push that down so that they hold. Because I want them to be good and secure down there. So what we're going to do is while this dries, so I'm going to flip it over just to make sure I don't need to add any more glue. That green tip glue. Now I know it is not called green tip glue. It is called Tombow Mono Liquid Glue. So if you look for that in my store and you search green tip glue, that won't come up. But Tombow Multi Liquid Glue will. But it's got a green tip. So, and then what I have done is Sarah's daughter talked about putting hot glue into a container. I think I can't remember what she used, but I loved the shot glass. So I just put a whole bunch of hot glue in the bottom of the shot glass, and then I stuck this in there. So now the lid is glued inside the shot glass. So it just always has a lid there. So when I'm done with it, I just pop it in there, and then it's just easy. So this is just from one of our Stampin' Up! Incentive trips when we went on the Holland America line. That's where this one came from, and it's a perfect one because it's kind of tall, but you can get a shot glass like at the dollar store even. All right. All right, you might even have one sitting on a shelf from a trip. All right, so let's see how that goes. So that looks pretty good, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to let it sit and dry super good while we work on the fun tag. So the tag, I had so many people yesterday when I showed this card. I had quite a few people, they were asking about these flowers, like how I colored these flowers. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to use the paper. So remember, I made the awesome this vellum yesterday. So what I'm doing is I'm combining them and making a cute tag. So this will show you how I colored those flowers. All right, so let me find all my pieces. I have them over here. So we have that. This for the greeting. All right, so I'm using, so this is our True Love DSP. Oh my gosh, I think we all need to write in to Stampin' Up! And say, please keep this paper. We're gonna start a, what do you call that? When you, a petition or something, because this paper is so gorgeous. All right, so what I did was I cut it out ahead of time, so you didn't have to watch me cut it out. All right, so what I'm doing is I'm going to be just coloring it with the blends. And I know you're probably like, gosh, she colors every time. And I do a lot. All right, so this is the dark old olive and the light old olive. And I'm just quick coloring it right like this. So this is the dark. And I love the paper because it just has all these little lines. So you just follow those. All right, then the light old olive. And then I'm coming from the other end and I'm going up to meet that dark because I don't want to blend out my dark all the way. I don't mind, it's a leaf, so I don't mind if there's like lines and stuff in it because it's nature. So nature is not perfect. I left a little bit of white around the edge because that's really pleasing to the eye, and it has that highlight part. Now, if you've ever looked at flowers as they're growing, when the leaves, and maybe even the flowers, when the flowers are actually glowing, they have like a brown color to them. So what I'm doing is I'm taking the light, soft suede, and I'm just coming back into the leaf, and I'm adding a little bit of the soft suede, and it's very subtle, but you can see it. And I love doing stuff like that because people will look at it and they don't realize what they're seeing. Like they don't know that there's soft suede added to it. It just looks like a natural leaf. So try that next time. All right, it's only paper. If you don't like it, you just do another one, right? Okay, so then I'm using the light Rococo Rose. So Rococo Rose is one of the colors that's leaving. So you want to make sure you grab that. And like I always say, you could go in and it's all the way gone because it changes like minutes and hours, you know, as things retire. All right, so I'm just taking my light and I'm quickly coloring it. I'm leaving some white like I did on the leaf. Oh, it is so... This paper, to me, is a relaxing... I love to sit in color. Now, if you are not a color person, you might go, not me. But I can remember coloring all the time. as a kid. So to me, it's very therapeutic. It's very relaxing. So, hopefully, you'll try it too. And the paper's fun because the picture's already there. So you can practice and no worries. All right, so this is just a light. So I'm quick, going around. Make sure you can still see. I'm gonna make sure. Hi, Carol. And if I miss a comment or a question, I'm gonna try to look up once in a while, but I kind of get in this zone and I sometimes miss. So I can't, after the video has gone not live anymore, I can't go into the comments, but the live comments. So then if I do miss a question or whatever in the live and I wasn't able to answer you, please make sure you go into the comments underneath the video when it's done processing, and you can add your comments underneath, and then I'll definitely see it and be able to respond to it. Okay, so here was the light Rococo. Then I'm going to take the dark Rococo, and then you just basically, we're just adding dark Rococo. See where all those lines are? It basically tells you where you want to be for the dark. And you just kind of know, like, well, this overlaps this and this overlaps that. So you know it would be darker. So you just add that to that. And this flower just basically comes to life before your eyes. Oh my gosh, it is just so, I think this was one of my favorite flowers in the pack, although there was other ones too, but I think I loved all the nooks and crannies and stuff of this one. So I'm just going around. So I did the True Love was my March class in the mail, and we did a card that was colored like this for the class, and it's just so beautiful. All right, I think I hit all of them. All right, then you're going to take the light Rich Razzleberry. Now, Rich Razzleberry, hi April. The Rich Razzleberry, it's leaving too. Don't ask me why, because the color is not retiring. So, who knows? So what I'm doing is I'm just putting a little bit of the light Rich Razzleberry kind of in these nooks and crannies. And you won't necessarily notice it until you're done, and then you can really tell that you added like this darker little color. Now I'm not totally coloring the dark Rococo Rose or defeats your purpose of even doing the dark. It's just very little bits of the Rich Razzleberry. So more in the little valleys. And it just makes that flower pop. I love these colors together. And maybe that's why it's retiring. I don't know. I have no idea. I have no idea at all. All right. I think that's pretty good. So that looks good. So let me pull it up so you can see it a little better. Move my blends out of the way. So see how pretty that flower is? And see how nice it is if you leave a little bit of white around the edges, so it makes it look, very natural. And it never looks as good, at least on my computer, as it does through the phone. So hopefully it looks as pretty on your thing. I know nothing is as pretty as in real life, right? Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a gel pen. I know we do not have a gel pen, but you can grab them on Amazon. And I'm just going to add a little bit of white on these little, I don't know what these are, these little jobbies in the middle there. All right, so that just, to me, just pops that. It just totally pops that flower. Okay, so let's see, what else do I need to do? So I want to stamp my greeting. So I have just a little piece of basic white. Yesterday, I used a cute little set, the back on your feet. So I thought, you know what? This has some fun little sayings in it, and I'm going to use this. But what I want to do is I just want to partially use it. So I'm just going to ink up the bottom here. And then just stamp it on my paper, because all I want to use is the "I'm here for you." The flower is beautiful, isn't it? I mean, I love to color, but I think even if you picked up a Stampin' Blends for the first time today, everybody could get the look of it, because it's just beautiful. All right, so we have our little greeting. Let me give it a shake, make sure. Oh, I know, it's confusing for the lives. You chat in one place for the lives, and then when they're not lives, you put your comments somewhere else. Okay, so I'm going to say, "I'm here for you." So this is the classic label punch. I love, love, love this punch. And it is retiring, so you want to make sure you grab it. All right, but what I want to do is I want to punch it so that my greeting is off to the side, because when I put it on my tag, the flower is going to rest over here. So we have our little tag. All right, I have like my little stash of stuff. All right, so where's my tag? Okay, so we also have in the catalog the lovely ladybugs. So I have those. We have coming in the new catalog are the bumblebee trinkets. So I brought those too. And then in the new book, we have these amazing tailor-made tags. And I told you the other day that if you join my team this month, you can actually pick brand new stuff off the pre-order list in your kit. So if you have a big wish list, you've been thinking, you know what, I'd like to save some money when I order, you can get some of these things. All right, so let me get that out of the way, because I don't think I need that grid sheet there anymore. Okay, so what I did was, look at how beautiful. So I cut one of those tags with my vellum, or I cut my vellum with one of the tag dies, but I also did it in the white. So this is just going to get staggered, and then you can really see that beautiful green coming through. So I'm just going to kind of lay them there like a book. I'm going to take my green tip glue, and you have to be very careful when you glue vellum, so because the glue can show through. So I'm just putting little tiny dabs of it, not a whole lot, because I don't want it to be like in your face there's glue back there. But also, so see, I'm just barely putting some little bits of glue. I'm barely squeezing it, because this stuff oozes if you squeeze too much. But what's cool about it is the alcohol, paint, you know, how you did the design kind of hides the glue. But see, you can't see the glue there. So look how pretty that is. Look how pretty that tag is. All right, so that's going to be the base for our flower. And then the tag also has these little, oh my gosh, I thought I lost them. The tag also cuts out these little reinforcing things that you put on the tag. So I was going back and forth, and I cut out some white ones with the tag, and then I couldn't decide if I wanted the old olive, because I used old olive here, and I used old olive with the flower, or white. And I ended up just picking the old olive. So what I want to do is I want to add those to my tag, and I'm just going to use the green tip glue again. And I'm just putting a little dab. This tag is so cool, these tags. Oh my gosh. I'm going to be using them a lot. All right. And then that's just going to go on here. And so it just basically reinforces, or it gives you that look of a tag with the little reinforcement on there. So cute, right? Then I'm going to flip it over and put one on the back. Now I could put a white one so you don't see it, but I want it to show. But I'm not putting the vellum on the back. I probably could have, so it was pretty all the way around, but I didn't. All right, so that's gonna go on there. So this is why I have short fingernails sometimes, because I can pick things up better. Oh, you like that choice, Jeannie? The old olive? Yeah, it just kind of, you know, pulls that together. All right, so we have our cute little envelope. It should be dry by now. So this is where I scored it. So now I'm just going to fold it along that score. So by scoring it, it just makes it pretty, right? If you just were to fold it, especially these envelopes, they're a little heftier than the regular ones. It would be all puckery, and I didn't want that puckery look. The only pucker I like is pucker up and give me a kiss from my husband. All right, so we also have these cute little clips, and these come in the silver and the gold. So I'm going to pick gold because I chose to put a little bumblebee on my card or my tag, and they are gold too. So I wanted that to go together. Even though I'm a silver person, but these bees, oh my gosh, the catalog does not do them justice, because I was kind of like, they're okay. And then when they came, I was like, oh my gosh, they are so cute. So I'm so glad I got them. You can also use the little ladybugs. Now these are retiring, and they are super cute too. So I might have to grab me a few packs of those, because look how adorable that little ladybug is. So I think I need to grab some more True Love paper and grab some more ladybugs. All right, so our little envelope is good. So let's finish putting our tags together so that I can stop blabbering. All right, so what I also want to do is I want to decorate this a little bit. I want to shabby it up, and right here in front of me. So this is the Very Vanilla, and it's like this lace trim. So I'm going to cut myself. Let me get my ribbon scissors. Hold on a second. So I'm just going to stick it up underneath there. So I'm going to use my tear tape. I usually like to cut it. All right, don't look. I'm using the ribbon scissors. All right, so I'm using the tear tape. And I'm going to stick it on that ribbon. Hang on a minute. My eyeballs. You love the bee, Debbie? Yeah. All right. Should I call you Debbie? Should I call you Deborah? All right. Let's see here. So I'm just going to stick that on there. So now we have this pretty little lace sticking underneath our tag. So it just kind of makes that tag, which was a little plain, it just cutens it up a whole lot. And then I'm just going to cut it at that angle and trim that little bit that overhangs. and it's sticking to my finger. So the same thing. Oops, hang on a minute. Wrong direction. Cut and cut off that little bit that overhangs there. I need what are those robo vacuums, because I just flick everything on the floor. Okay, so then, all right, so that's good, good, good. Now let's bring our tag over here so you can see it. So I'm going to use glue dots, or not glue dots, dimensionals, to put my flower on the tag. So we're going to put our flower on the tag about here. So you do not have to not make something cute just because it's a tag. Now this is a tag on the envelope bag, but oh, Deb. Okay, Deb. And then but what's fun is you can make cute tags for your cards, and then it's the embellishment. All right, so then see how that is going to go underneath there, and then see how the flower overlaps it. So I'm going to put a glue dot. Oh my gosh, a dimensional. So I'm just cutting the edge because this is kind of skinny, this tag, and I don't want the dimensional to show. So I'm just putting that on there, making this pretty even, and then I'm just sliding this up underneath like that. So isn't that so cute? So this would be cute on a card. This would be cute. You could make a bunch of these and give as presents. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put, because I want this just to look like a tag, you know. So a tag would have some twine. Now the twine I have put on the wooden bauble because I like cute things, but it's actually from the snail mail twine combo pack that has the white and the, oh my gosh, I can't think of the name, petal pink, I think it is. All right, so we are just going to loop our things together, and then I'm going to put it in here, and then just grab them. So now we have our cute little tag. I'm going to shorten that just a little bit. So now it's this cute little tag, and like I said, you could give these as a present. You could make them and put them in the bag. All right, so we are not done. You're like, what? All right, so we're gonna put our little bee on. So I'm just using, now for real, I'm using a dimensional or a glue dot. Oh my gosh, I can't even call the things the right thing. All right, we are using a glue dot to put our bee on. So we're gonna come over and we're gonna have the bee, come on the flower, like she's resting on the flower to get the pollen. But I also want to put a few of the matte black dots. Now what I did was, some of them have the sticky, like it sticks this on, and some are like loose. I prefer when they're loose, because what I do is I just staple this up here to hold this down so I remember what things are called. And then when I'm not using it, I just kind of shove it up into there and it holds it. All right, so we want to put a few of these. So what I do is I just give them a shove and push them off of the clear so that I can pick them up with my pick tool. So I'm going to do the same thing, push that big one up and put it on here. And you can totally mix your embellishments. And I'm going to put one down here. So we have this embellishment, this embellishment. It's an embellishment tag. It is amazing, and I love it. All right, so where's my bag? All right, so here's our cute little bag we made. We're going to take our, oh, I know, you got to get that paper, Sherry. All right, so here's our little clip, and we're just going to take our tag. I like it kind of crooked. So we're going to take our tag and our clip, and we're just opening the clip up, and we're just going to go like that. So isn't that so stinking cute? Oh my gosh. So that's what I mean. So you could, so here's the one I was looking at. So I always do one ahead of time. They look pretty close. Pretty close. What was I going to say? My mind just went boop. Who knows what I was going to say? Oh, you could make a bunch of these tags up. So wouldn't that be cool if you made the little bag, you made a bunch of these tags up for your friend, and you put the tag on here, and then you actually put the tags you made for the friend inside the little bag. Like, and see how cute. Now this one doesn't want to stand up only because this is gushy, so it's not a flat surface. Plus it's empty. So this one has stuff in it, so it's not going to fall. Oh, there we go. So I also have the air conditioner on. It's probably noisy behind you. But these are so cute. So then you can kind of see them from the side. But I love doing it with these envelopes because the flowers are on there. I don't care that the flowers are going like this because it might be obvious if you use the envelope like this. But when you use it like this, it's just kind of pretty yellow, and I'm not going to lose any sleep over it if the flowers are going that direction. If you want to use a regular envelope, you can do the same thing and just stamp on it. So, but, all right, so there's our cute little demo for today. All right, then don't forget. Okay, just because. Let me get my little, you know what? Oh my gosh, we made it. Yesterday was exciting, so I reached it. I did the last 1,000, so I'm going to pick the last winner today. So just because I'm not doing the mini stamp and cut in an emboss machine draw anymore, doesn't mean you still can't get stuff. So every month, if you order 50 before tax and shipping, you get a reward point. And then you tally them up on your form. And then when you have 12 eggs or 12 reward points, then you get to pick a $35 item. So that's something that I do. That's not something that Stampin' Up! Is doing. So you have to send me your form so that I can enter it in. All right. So there's that. And also, if you order 75 before tax and shipping, I always have an incentive every month. So this month is the matte black dots that I used today. So see, there's always something going on. I just love to be able to give back when I can, and that's why picking for the Stamp and Emboss machine has been so much fun. All right, so let me flip, so we can get this video over with. You'll be like, we are so bored. All right. So, last one. I'll have to do this more often because this really has been fun, and I love to see all the excitement and stuff when people win. All right. So shake, shake, shake. So cross your fingers, stir, stir, stir. All right, and then I'm like, I hope I only pick one. I always give it a shake because I want to make sure I only pick one. Let's see the winner is. Can you see? Can you see? Oh, Melinda Hay. Congratulations, Melinda. Make sure you holler at me and make sure I have your right shipping address. And okay, so let me put my bucket down. Let me do it how I did it the whole time. It's almost sad, right? To do the last one. Oh. So we'll have to do it again. All right. So I always stick them on here. But oh, it's gonna go off the page. All right. So congratulations, Melinda. Oh my gosh. So I have to thank Marcy. Marcy's on here. She is my very good friend. We went to school together. She's the one that we do the Over the Border, our socials. And she was the one that gave me the idea to do the Stamp and Cut and Emboss. She was like, why don't you give the Stamp and Cut and Emboss machine away? And I thought, well, I could. So it really has been fun. And anyway, but I really do want to thank everybody for, like, I've been a demonstrator. We'll be going 22 years in May. So it's really been a blessing to my family, and I love all the people I have met over the years. So who would have thought when I just signed up just for the discount? Because I just wanted to save some money when I placed an order. I had no idea I would still be doing this 22 years later, or would have sold this much. So anyways, I do want to thank everybody again, and thanks for joining me today. Again, congratulations, Melinda. Give me a holler, and we will see you Friday for my dies shorts. Now, my dies shorts is in my Facebook group, and I have had requests for this card. So I will be doing this card right here. So this is the one I showed, but I didn't show you like about it. So make sure if you want to see that live, you hop on over to Facebook, Stamping with Die, and join that group. Otherwise, I will put it onto the YouTube afterwards, but live's always fun, so we can chat. All right, so I will see you Friday for my dies shorts, and that is at 2 o'clock Arizona time. Okay, so have a great night, everyone, and I'll oh, hang on, a comment's coming through, so now I can't push the, there we go. Okay, now there we go. All right, see you. Night, everybody.